That's weird. All right, guys, we're going to be on the air in a matter of seconds here, all over Twitter, all over the social media world, at Sports Radio KJR on Twitter and at Seattle Kraken on Twitter are the first two places you could go. But I'll just say this for the ones that are lucky enough to get a behind-the-scenes preview of what's going on right now. You are looking live, baby, inside the studio, the Kraken flagship studio, Elliott Avenue here in Seattle, and you are also looking live at the voice of Kraken hockey, Everett Fitzhugh. So you guys have any questions, you can hit us up here. Hit us up on Twitter as well. 49451 is our direct text line as well to the KJR studios. But we're going to get going here in a matter of seconds and talk to the voice of Kraken hockey, and then coming back after
now
that,
we'll
talk to all the guys here
on your
KJR.
home for the
Here
Huskies and the Kraken. Seattle Sports Radio 950, KJR.
Release the Kraken.
Well, here we go, baby. We officially can say we are the home of Kraken hockey right here on 950 KJR. And we're talking off the air, Dick, today about all the new voices and faces that we're going to see around the studio. Voices we'll hear on the air, faces we'll see around the studio and on social media. We're hoping to see everybody around the studio. You haven't seen many people in the last year or so because of obvious reasons, but a guy that we've gotten to know a little bit, he's now officially a part of the family, which is scary as heck for him. I'll tell you that right now. The voice of the Kraken, a guy that you will hear at minimum 82 times a year. Wow. On this radio station, Everett Fitzhugh, the voice of the Kraken's with us. Everett, welcome to the family, pal. How are you?
You know what? After an intro like that, I am excited for what I'm about to get myself into. I'm doing well. This is an amazing partnership. Obviously, I mean, you guys are the leading sports station in this region, and you guys are going to be able to help this team reach a whole new level in terms of entertainment, in terms of delivering this game.
We're a little crazy, though. You know that. It's got to be like, meeting your girlfriend's family for the first time, and then at the end of the night, you're kind of like, ooh, I really like her butt. I mean, do you really want to join this group, man?
Well, okay, wait a minute. So who's the girlfriend and who's the girlfriend's family in this relationship?
Everett's the normal guy. We're the crazy girlfriend's family, man.
As a Kraken team employee, stay out of that conversation. I'm going to let you come back and we can talk about that other stuff later. Often.
There you go. Well, listen, man, we are a little nuts here, but I think that's one of the reasons why Todd, wanted to be a part of this, because of the passion, the emotion that this radio station brings to the table. And not to toot our own horn, but we're talking about going back to 1995, 1994, even the disappointment of the Sonics losing to Denver in the first round and how crestfallen people were. The Western Conference Finals against the Suns in 93, that great Mariner run in 95. Finally kind of putting the whole thing together in 96 and making the NBA Finals, from Mike Holmgren getting hired by the Hawks, Pete Carroll taking over, the highs and lows of Husky football and Husky basketball. So this radio station, dude, has been through a lot, but I just think it's great that this is a first for us, right? Like nobody in this market can talk about what it's like to be the flagship home for an NHL hockey team, because it hasn't happened in 96 years. And I don't think the Metropolitans had a radio home back in 1924, pal.
Yeah, you never know. Honestly, you never know. But I think for me, this was the obvious partnership for one main reason, I think, is since the day that this team was announced a couple of years ago, you guys, KJR, iHeart, were the number one supporters, the loudest in the room at supporting us as an organization, supporting us as a franchise. You did Tuesdays with Todd. You've had multiple members of the organization on. And I think it's that commitment, it's that passion that you guys showed early on, without even a contract being signed, without even anything being in the realm of possibility, that you guys said, we want to be a part of this. And I think that was massive for us. And then also, as a Detroit native, as an outsider looking in, this city has been craving a winter sport since that unceremonious exit for the Sonics however many years ago. So to be able to get a winter sport, pro sport, back in Seattle, and to have it on the station, I mean, I think it kind of goes hand in hand. And I'm with you. The opportunity to be that inaugural station, the inaugural voice, to bring in a new sport to a new market, it doesn't get any better than that.
You mentioned loudest in the room, and that kind of brought back some memories of me going to T-Birds games, me going to Silvertips games, because that is the hockey fan is a different kind of fan, and I think that does fit kind of with our just loud, boisterous persona.
If you've ever been to a hockey game, you know exactly what Dick is talking about. And I can tell you, especially in those junior hockey leagues in Everett, in Seattle, in Portland, you name the organization, you name the city, those fans are just crazy. And hockey as a whole, fans are so passionate. Fans are so engaged, and they're so enthralled with their team. And not to say that you don't have that with baseball or the NBA or the NFL, but I think it's a different beast when you have a hockey fan base. So the fact that you guys are already hockey fans in terms of mentality and action, I think, again, it's going to fit hand in hand for what you guys are trying to do here.
Well, again, I don't know about the Metropolitans radio partner back in 1924, which was their last year in Seattle. They, of course, won the Cup in 1917, became the first American team to ever win the Stanley Cup. But I'm going to go ahead and assume that there was no radio partner back then. There was no multimedia rights partner in 1924. So this really is literally a first. I mean, the T-Birds obviously have a radio home. The Silvertips have a radio home. We've heard hockey on radio, on KJR, through Westwood One, Stanley Cup finals, conference finals, things like that. But this is the first time ever that a local radio station can call themselves the home of an NHL flagship. And I'm wondering what will the radio broadcast sound like? What should people expect when they flip on KJR 82 times a year and hear your voice?
Well, anybody who knows me and anybody who has ever listened to me call a game knows that there are two things that I'm not short on. I'm not short on passion, and I'm not short on energy and excitement. I want fans to genuinely feel and genuinely know that I am excited. I have fun. I genuinely love doing this. And for me to be able to be the voice of this team and to bring our fans into our locker room, into our organization, into Kraken world is a huge honor for me. And they're going to get my best every single night. And it's something where I have a lot of fun on the radio. I'm not afraid to crack some jokes. I never take myself too seriously, but I take what I do very seriously. And those go hand in hand quite well. So the fans are going to get someone that they're going to enjoy, that is going to be able to speak for them, speak to them, and I want to speak with them. I want to engage with our fans. I want to be friends with our fans. This is not just a regular broadcaster fan relationship. I want people to feel like they know me, and I want to get to know our fan base, our city, our community as best as I can.
I know Softy and I are in agreement of what type of town play-by-play guys we like, because we've talked about it many times on the air, and we love homers. We love homers. We like guys that get ticked off when something bad happens or you get a bad call. We like guys that sounds like you're going to do this already when things are going great. You're going to be full of energy. But what is the homerism level of Everett Fitzhugh?
So this is a question that I've always gotten, and I've always answered it this way. You dress for the job you want. So coming up through the minor leagues and coming up through junior hockey, I've always been, obviously you lean toward the team that you work for, but I'm not afraid to give the other team credit, when credit is due. So in the very unfortunate event the Kraken lose a game 10-0, it's not, a close 10-0 loss, couple of bad bounces, and the Kraken are right back at, no, it's 9-0 after the second. Like, this game's done. Like, I'm gonna call it like it is. But at the same time, though, I definitely am going to be, I am now Seattle's guy. I want to be Seattle's guy. I want to be this team's broadcaster, and people know that they're going to get a Seattle Kraken broadcast when they listen to me. Now, that said, someone pulls the Michigan-style lacrosse goal or a goalie scores from his own crease, it's not going to be, and they score. That's going to, like, I'm going to give it the respect. I'm going to give the game and the broadcast the respect that it deserves, but people are going to have no doubt whose side I'm on.
Yeah. Well, you did grow up a Detroit Lions fan, so when the Kraken start winning, this will all be new to you then, right?
Yeah.
Brand new.
It will be when I was in Cincinnati. The Cyclones are one of the most storied teams in the ECHL, and I had the opportunity when I was in Youngstown to work for a team as well. And again, they were really, really good. So I got experience doing that kind of thing.
I love it. Well, you said you want to be friends with your listeners, and listen, man, you pay for our bar bill, and you can be our friends any day of the week, man. And we'll go celebrate this whole thing tonight after getting the news today. So, Everett Fitzhugh, welcome to the KJR family. You're a part of this, big guy. Can't wait to work with you. Can't wait to hear you. You're going to be a gigantic part of this radio station. We have been dying. I know all of us have been dying to get a winter sport back, not just in this town, but also on this radio station. So it was a 13-year wait, really a 14-year wait, because we lost the Sonics in 2008, 2007, Dick, when they went to KTTH for that 1 year. They left KJR. I think 06 was our last year of Sonic basketball. So we're talking 15 years or so since we've had a winter sport full time on this radio station, and thrilled that you're the guy to bring it to the table. So keep those loins lathered up, keep that voice healthy, and we'll hear you full time in November. But you're on the air tomorrow with Dick, and we're going to hear you and see you around the halls a lot. So welcome to KJR, pal. Appreciate this, buddy.
Thanks, man.
Thank you very much. And I'll echo Todd real quick. Thank you, fans, for believing in us as an organization, for believing in me. You will not be disappointed.
I love it. Everett Fitzhugh, the voice of Kraken hockey. You're about to hear a lot of him on this very radio station. We'll get a break. Ian Furness, Jason Puckett, Chuck Powell will join us and talk about what this means for KJR, and more importantly, what it means for you. Coming up next on 950 KJR.
To our new rabid fan base, let the noise reverberate loud and clear. Your home for the Kraken is Seattle Sports Radio 950, KJR.
All right.
Good stuff.
That was good. Am I Softy said something about me staying on with you guys for a little. I'm coming with him. Okay.
All right. I'll see you tomorrow.
Hours to help accomplish anything you want. Don't let coughing get in the way of your day. Try Delsym Cough and make the most of the next 12 hours. Visit Delsym, DELSYM.com. Use as directed.
Hey, boys and girls, it's Softy back here, looking for a few extra bucks in your pocket each month. Have you tried a refinance? If the answer is no, you should try and call Keel Mortgage right now at 1-888-778-KIEL. Why? Because simply put, nobody touches my mortgage besides Keel. I don't trust anybody else with my mortgage because I know that Keel Mortgage can get me the best rate possible and save me the most money on my mortgage payment. I'm doing a refi, as a matter of fact, right now, signing the papers on Monday night, to be honest with you. You are looking for the lowest rate, which makes you a very happy person because it gives you the lowest payment possible on your home. If those things are what you're looking for, and why wouldn't you as a homeowner, call Keel. Let them run a complimentary loan analysis, and they'll tell you where you stand financially. 1-888-778-KIEL for Keel Mortgage, Mortgage Master Service Corporation, CL 40445, Equal Housing Opportunity.
Fact. You have a lot of choices when it comes to filing your taxes online. But with TaxAct, you'll file for less and get more in return. Sweet. Plus, TaxAct costs up to 30% less than TurboTax. Double sweet. And TaxAct backs your return with a $100,000 accuracy guarantee. Triple sweet. So if you want to file for less and get more, start for free at TaxAct.com. 30%.
They are. All right, I don't know if we can hear Chuck or if Chuck can hear me. Chuck Powell sitting in his throne in his Kirkland condominium. What happened to your Christmas tree? Your Christmas tree is officially gone. I thought you were going to leave that thing up all year round. What happened to that idea? Yeah, Chuck's got to unmute his microphone. There you go. This is how we communicate with people. Just throw big, giant billboards up on the screen. Hopefully he can see that.
If you can, it says, Chuck, unmute your mic.
Yeah, there you go, Chuck. Yeah. Oh, now he's got it figured out. You see, radio veteran doesn't know how to use his own microphone.
Nope.
This just goes to show you we really aren't that smart. How are you, man?
See that in the background there? That's the new tree. That's
there
the
it is.
Replacement.
There it is. I love it.
It's like a little Groot. Like
those could be like
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Celebratory partnership lights to celebrate our new partnership with the Kraken. So Chuck Powell's with us. We're going to be back on the air live in a couple of minutes from now. Puckett's joining us as well in a couple of minutes. But Ian Furness, who Ian was like the only guy that got a real shout out by name by Todd Lywicki. I'm jealous on the radio show at 4:00. Mentioned Ian by name and his influence. Don't you guys agree? The godfather really of hockey on this radio station is joining us here live from his Maple Valley estate. Ian, how are you, man? What's going on?
I'm good. Just getting ready for the Pac-12 women's basketball tournament. I'm breaking that down right now.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, if you got any handicapping tips on that bad boy, send me a text and we'll take care of that off the air. But we're gonna be joined by Puck here in a second, go over this whole thing and talk about what this is like to be the partner now of the Seattle Kraken. Everett was on with us obviously for a few minutes, and we'll get Scotty Rintoul from up in Vancouver is going to join us at 5:20. Maybe we can get some smack talk going a little bit between Canuck fans and Kraken fans, but. Ian, you've been around this radio station a long time, dude, and you've seen where the station was and where we are now. And there was a point in time where I honestly was kind of nervous if we were going to make it or not here as a radio station. And now here we are with the Sounders, Husky football, Husky basketball, and now Kraken hockey. So for me, and I know for you also, this is a pretty big damn day.
Well, I'm not sure what Scotty Rintoul is going to talk smack about because Vancouver's awful. I mean, they're awful. I mean, I think when the Kraken get to their expansion draft, you can just bring this up to them. They'll just pass on when they get to Vancouver.
There you go.
You just keep your garbage players and be done with it because there's nobody we want from your team. I mean, it's unless you want to drop Pedersen or Hughes, and Hughes is the worst defensive defenseman in the league. Unless you want to put those guys out there, just tell Scotty keep his guys and we'll move on, man.
There you go. Yeah.
You have to have a rivalry for Ness. You can't. You're already stirring it up. Let's go ahead and pull the sweater over their head and give them the stinky glove in Vancouver. Let's go.
Well, I mean, look, if I gave you a significant amount of money and said put it on who wins the cup first, who would you say, the Kraken or the Canucks? It's pretty obvious, isn't it?
I'm not going to shave or cut my hair until we win the Stanley Cup here. So I got a head start on that earlier today.
You haven't shaved or cut your hair in a year anyway, man. So
yeah.
How difference does that make?
I'd get a head start.
Is that 1 year worth of growth right there? Because for me, that looks like about a decade.
Well, my hair is usually as short as yours. Look at that.
Wow, look at that. Your chin's going to be bucky if you got to wait till the Kraken win.
Well, this I've trimmed. This I've kept.
Yeah,
this I've trimmed up a little bit. This is hockey hair.
Yeah, I was going to
say. Recognize it. Ian sees it.
You might look like Gandalf if you wait that long, for crying out loud. Seriously, dude, that right there, that would take me a year to grow that. I'm not kidding. There's
Randy Johnson look going on there, I think.
Yeah, like a week.
Like something wrong with me. It would take forever. Speaking of hairy guys, look at this dude. Here we go. Hell of a transition.
Driving right now?
He is StreamYarding and driving at the same time.
Perfect.
I love it. I love
the driving range is where he's at.
No, he's actually in the car. You know when he's outside your house. How about that?
I just left the fourth hole at Newcastle to come back to the parking lot to do this.
There you go. Well, what's more important, playing the fourth hole at Newcastle or joining us? I think it's pretty obvious you're making a mistake.
I
would agree.
Yep.
What's the how's the first 3 holes, Puck?
15 over.
There you go. There you go. Hey, Newcastle's a hard course. Those undulating fairways will get you every single damn time, man. Well, we're going to jump on the air here and talk about this partnership, which I know all of us are
on your home for the Huskies.
So here we go.
The Kraken, Seattle Sports Radio 950, KJR.
Release the Kraken.
All right, we are back live. We also are broadcasting all over the world, baby, on the iHeartMedia app. We are on the KJR Twitter account, Facebook, YouTube pages, as well as the Seattle Kraken YouTube account, Twitter, and Facebook pages. For as much as you love hearing us, we know how much you love seeing us, and you can jump online and check it out right now. We got Dick Fain, we got Ian Furness from his house, we got Chuck Powell from his house, and apparently Jason Puckett has walked off off the golf course to join us right here on the radio show to talk about this partnership. And let me tell you, Jason Puckett doesn't walk off the golf course for anything but money. So the fact that he's not getting paid to do this says a lot about how fired up he is for this partnership. But Ian, I want to start with you, man, because when I think of Seattle hockey, there's a lot of names, a lot of people that I think of. You are right there, my friend, at the top of that list. I think you are one of the godfathers of hockey in this town when it comes to this radio station for sure. And the Kraken are going to be on the radio station that you work for, man. How cool is this?
I don't know about any of that stuff, to be honest with you, Softy. With me, I think it's cool with I think it's cool the Kraken recognize it, that not me. I think just as a collective group, since they'd announced that they were going to try to build the arena, since they came through with building the arena, since Jerry Bruckheimer, David Bonderman, they brought Todd Lightwicki on, which I think kind of cemented the legitimacy of what they were doing for all of us. I think, collectively, I look at the five of us sitting here, and you had Slick and Bucky and Kevin and Jackson and Chris and everybody else into the mix. I think that one thing we recognize is that, they recognize is that we had a passion for local sports, and they're local sports, and they recognize that, and they partner with us. And the fact that we're going to have a presence in this state-of-the-art building, not just for hockey, but for the WNBA. I'm confident the NBA and concerts, man, it's awesome. It's great for us. It's cool. The sport itself is on a upwards trend, so It's a good day, man. It's a really good day.
Well, it's a great day. And Puck, I think we should get your thoughts on the expansion draft, who you would target, and your thoughts on some of the amateurs over in Russia right now that could play for the Kraken this fall.
I think Slobosnov out of the Ukraine region is a really like a 5-tool player. Do you say 5-tool?
You're right. No, you're right, Puck. He's a right shot defenseman. You're right on it, man. Good job. Well done. You're bang on, buddy.
I think that's going to be great. And, I just want the hockey player with the most RBIs. So,
there you go.
Yeah.
Plus minus doesn't matter either.
I heard what you guys were saying earlier, Softy, about we're never around for when a new organization or a new franchise started. So, I think that's what's exciting about it. We weren't here for the Mariners. Well, I guess Ian was for this stuff. That's right. He remembers.
I was 35 when the Mariners came into existence.
Yeah.
But I don't remember any of this stuff. So I think that's exciting, and it's fun. And I think to be a part of it from the ground up is awesome. And I think everyone involved with that group. I think Tim and Todd and those guys. I think sometimes, at least I know I was like a little like, all right, what are they trying to sell me? But I think over the years and over the months, they have delivered on everything that they have promised. And it's been truly amazing. I can't wait to see that new arena.
By the way, hockey players, Puck, 6-tool hockey players, because a lot of them can see dead people. Yeah, they have a sixth sense about them out there. And Ian, I am happy for you. Seriously, don't downplay it. Congratulations.
Yep.
This is like a kid getting what he wanted for Christmas. This is your Red Ryder BB gun. This is your Rosebud. Please just smile and let's see you be happy about this, because I know you've been waiting for it a long time.
Oh, it's an exciting day, man. It's awesome. I just think I can't wait for the thing to start. I hope we have an expansion draft and a amateur draft in July, unlike guys like Steve Eisman trying to push it out. And so that way I can listen to you guys break down the 5-tool players, the importance of that right shot defenseman on the power play. I can't wait to have you guys do that. But in all seriousness, it's awesome, because I think back to what this station was when it first started, all joking aside, when we first started listening to it. I know for me, when I was in, probably my early 20s, and I remember going to the Seattle Center Coliseum and watching Mike Gastineau do a draft party for the Sonics. And I thought, wow, how cool. This radio station is so invested in local sports, and they're so invested in the Sonics. And what this station was built on was local sports. But if we're being honest, it was built on the Sonics and that team, that winter sport when it's dark and dreary. And yet, you turn on KJR and, and we'll do the same thing, I'm sure, with the Kraken, with whatever coverage that we end up putting together. It'll be exciting to have all of those elements involved. And, I don't know if there's a rally in the alley in our future or not, but I think all the things surrounding Lower Queen Anne and being involved with that. But when I think of this radio station, in all honesty, I think what's exciting, and Puck's right, we weren't here when something new started, but when the Sonics came to KJR, it was such a great symbiotic relationship, and they made this radio station and vice versa at times in the 90s, and I think we're going to have that with the hockey team. It's going to be a blast.
And I just think, some partnerships, they start and you're like, I wonder if this is going to work. I don't have any worries at all about this, because it just seems, and we talked about it with Everett, we talked about it with Todd, we are a little odd. We are passionate. We are kind of everything that hockey fans are, right?
Yep. Absolutely.
And it's going to be it's going to be a social extravaganza. I mean,
rob a
going
bank
to be,
there? What are you doing, fella?
Yeah, I did. It's going to be such a social event. And then the fact that I don't know exactly, Ian or Softy, what the rule changes are going to be in terms of picking a team, but the fact that the Golden Knights hit the ground running. I mean, you're going to have this enthusiasm like we've not felt before for a long time, and then you're going to couple that with the notion of maybe a winning team right off the bat, and who knows how far that carries you.
Yeah, no, I remember when Tip was with us, Ian, Dave Tippett, we asked him, is it fair for Seattle to have the same expectations as Vegas? And he said, absolutely. I mean, they're getting all the, bells and whistles that Vegas got, all the considerations that Vegas got. So no reason why they can't be just as good right away. But you mentioned something that I hadn't even thought of until you brought it up. And I got to be honest with you, man, I'm almost more excited for that than I am anything else. And that's the fact that now we have an excuse to rally in the alley. Are you kidding me? Dude. Bring back Jalisco's, pot stickers at Uptown China, whatever, wherever you want to do it. We are absolutely, Ian and Puck, and you know what that's all about, and Fane, going to rally in the alley. And Chuck, if you've never experienced that, prepare to have your mind blown. You know what, dude? Ian, that may be the best thing that this entire partnership is all about, carrying the games, carrying the pregame, carrying face-off, and getting a rally in the alley up the street before a game. That is a great call.
Let me get to that in a second because I got something to Puck and Chuck on that. As far as Tippett, it's easy to say when he probably knew in the back of his mind he's going to go coach Draisaitl and McDavid. Yeah, Seattle should win. They'll be a great. Shut up, Tip. Listen, because they're going to have a harder time winning than Vegas did. That's everyone's going to be prepared for this expansion draft a lot more so than they were last time. So it's going to be a little heavier lifting for Francis and company. We'll worry about that down the road. Chuck. You need Jason Puckett on Lower Queen Anne to give you the tour once, and I think things are going to start opening. I'm assuming there's some new businesses coming, but my friend Jason Puckett will take you on the tour. It will include a stop at Aussie's and certainly a stop at the, let's just call it the mecca of all pre- and post-game establishments. Puck, I think Chuck needs a little trip there. So did we just lose Puck?
I think we did. I think that's how excited he is. He's going there right now. He's going to line up right now for the rally alley.
Chuck, did you get a T-shirt, by the way? Chuck, did you get a T-shirt? I sure didn't get a T-shirt.
Not yet, but I did knit one last night. It just doesn't look very good.
You have to leave your house at least twice a year to get a T-shirt. So Chuck hasn't done that yet. So as soon as he gets that, he'll be on the way. But there he is. There's Puck. He was so fired up for the rally alley, he lost his signal for a quick second. But, dude, Puck, is that not the greatest thing about this entire partnership?
Well, and I would just say, I think I could speak to a lot of these new fans that we'll have. I don't know anything about hockey. I just don't. But my wife does, which is fun. But we go to a game every year up in Vancouver, and we usually go watch the Avalanche because she's a Colorado fan. But I just think that you go experience it too for the first time, and then many times. But in person, you don't need to know the sport in and out, just to appreciate what the sport's all about and just to have fun. It's a great sport in person. It's a great sport live. I love listening to it on radio too. I think it's a great sport on radio as well.
Listen, I know nothing about football, and I've been going to Husky games for 30 years for crying out loud.
Fair enough.
I know nothing about baseball, and I've been going to Mariner games my entire life. I know nothing about anything, yet I talk about it every day for 4 hours a day for the past 25 years. I just know this. We're going to have a hell of a lot of fun with this thing, and that's what all this is about having some fun. So, all right, Ian, great stuff. Chuck, pal, hear you tomorrow morning. Puck, go back to, shooting 45 over par at Newcastle, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Good stuff with Furness, Puckett, and Chuck. We're going to get a break. Me and Dick will continue. Scotty Rintoul from Vancouver. Me and Dick will continue. Next on 950 KJR. Stick around.
Release the Kraken. New rabid fan base. Let the noise reverberate loud and clear. Your home for the Kraken is Seattle Sports Radio 950. KJR.